Well, that didn't take long, huh? As the Chicago Bears ruining another morning breeze. That's all right. The Bears have gone out and signed Joe Thuney to a 2-year extension, making it a $51 million contract, with him getting $17.5 million per year per Adam Schefter. This deal getting done just a few minutes ago. I want to get on here and talk about it real quick because I do got to run over and do Locked On Bulls. But good to hear that we finally got this deal done. We've been waiting for this deal to get done for a while now, and it was one that needed to be done. Good to see the Chicago Bears getting this deal done. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Again, if you missed it, the Joe Thuney deal is done. Compensation update per Adam Schefter. New Bears guard Joe Thuney is receiving a 2-year contract extension at $17.5 million per year per source, making it a $51 million extension for the next 3 years, with $33 million fully guaranteed. Yet again, another deal that comes to an end right around that 2027 season when you have to re-sign Caleb Williams. I love this signing. This was one where you knew you were going to have to pay quite a bit of money on it as well. So kind of shocking to see. I'm not going to lie to you. Big money here. Love this for Joe Thuney, but I almost feel like not as much money as we were expecting here when you're talking about the guard money that was going to be spent out there. But the Chicago Bears getting this deal done. Love to see this. I think this is going to be big for just going into the season, knowing that you have this money locked up, knowing that the Bears are in good hands now. You don't have to go out there and worry about, okay, how is this deal going to get done? Do you have to take this into training camp? Do you have to take this into the season? Love the fact that Ryan Poles got this done. I just feel like this is a great value for the Bears. Now, let me pull this up here real quick. Give me a second here. Because I want to see kind of where this ranks him now as far as guards go in the NFL. And you gotta freaking put in the whole contract values. There we go. NFL contract guard value. I want to see where this ranks him. So top guard in the NFL is Chris Lindstrom at about $21 million per year. So he's behind Lindstrom. I'm sorry, Landon Dickerson is number one. He's behind Lindstrom. He's behind Hunt. He's behind Quentin Nelson. He's behind Aaron Banks. He's behind a lot of these pieces that you would have thought he would have been getting the bag with. He falls into the range, just an average per year salary of an Ellington Jenkins for the Packers, who's making $17 million a year, somewhere in between him and Quinn Minarez. Like, that's great value. You got great value with this Joe Thuney signing. I think this is going to be big for the Chicago Bears moving forward. You're not breaking the bank now. I'll say this. You're definitely probably out of that Trey Hendrickson market now, right? You're definitely probably out of the Trey Hendrickson market now. Shout out to Dennis, the Chicago kid. Said Thuney gives the Bears $7.5 million more in cap this year. ? Trey, I don't know. Again, you would have to move on from a player. You would have to move on from a player to open that up. But I'm not saying you're completely, you're probably out. You're probably out. Let's be real, guys. You're probably out. But I do like the fact that it does open up a little bit of money for the Chicago Bears here. I think that the conversation around Trey Hendrickson is going to be an interesting one. We'll see how that ends up panning out for the Chicago Bears here. But just on the Joe Thuney signing, you had to get a piece in here that, of course, was going to be able to protect Caleb Williams, that, of course, was going to be able to get in here and give you that stability on the offensive line, that leadership on the offensive line. You know what I mean? That you needed. And this is that kind of conversation. This is the kind of deal that you want to see this team go out there and give up. Now, with the money that does come back, that does open up a conversation for a possible trade proposal, but you still got to give up pieces. And do you want to give up pieces on this offense? This is a pretty good looking offense right now, especially with the offensive line, especially with the leadership that you have on the offensive line, in my opinion now, by bringing Joe Thuney in. I think this is some really good GMing yet again by Ryan Poles. The one thing that we continue to say about Ryan Poles is there is no question at any point that this guy is going to be able to lock down a contract for you. I think that this is a great deal. You didn't even make him, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check this here. He's making less than Jonah Jackson, who I believe is tied for let's see, boom. Let's see who's tied for 10th. No, I want to do the average per year. There we go. So Trey Smith is number one, 23 million. Landon Dickerson, number two. Lindstrom and Quentin Nelson are 3 and 4. Hunt is also in there at 4. I guess we want to say they're all tied. Aaron Banks making 19 million. You've got him as the 10th highest paid guard in the NFL, essentially making the exact same as Jonah Jackson. That's a great spot for you to be in right now if you're the Chicago Bears. That's a great spot for you to be in right now if you're the Chicago Bears. Now, you got a lot of money locked up in your offensive line. That's a good thing as well. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be spending your money. You're finally spending your money in the right spots. You're spending your money in the trenches. That's what the Bears have to go out there and do on a consistent basis. Love to see the focus into the trenches here. We know what kind of player Joe Thuney can be for this team. We know what kind of player Joe Thuney will be for this team. Not even could be, will be for this team. I think that veteran presence is going to elevate everything. It's all about helping Caleb Williams turn into the quarterback that you need him to turn into. There is no better player to have on this offensive line that can go out there and work with your young pieces than Joe Thuney. This feels like an absolute dub of a deal if you are Ryan Poles. This feels like an absolute dub of a deal if you are Ryan Poles. Now the question is, with this created cap space, what are you trying to do? Is this to go out? I know a lot of people are sitting there talking about the Trey Hendrickson possibility, and I don't know how this sets up the cap just yet. Again, I'm reacting to this news live. We'll do a much more in-depth video where we break down everything to kind of see how this breaks down with other players there. But everybody's going to go Trey Hendrickson. They're going to say, all right, well, let's get into that market. My mindset goes to, are you still trying to add that running back post OTAs and minicamp? Are you trying to spend some money there? Are you trying to go out and get Nick Chubb? Are you trying to go out and get J.K. Dobbins, right? I think that's a position that the Bears are probably a little bit more focused on. But I think that if you find a way to trade Cole Kmet, if you find a way to go out there and move on from some of the post-June 1 cuts, can you create the money? Yeah. I told y'all, the one thing about Ryan Poles that I can never rag on him about, can never hate on him about, is his ability to create cap space. His ability to create cap space. Ernest said Trey isn't playing for $16 million. Well, listen, this year he's under contract. In theory, the part where you got to add that money on is going into the following seasons. The part where you got to add that money on is going into the following seasons. I'm not saying Trey Hendrickson is the guy. I would feel like you're more in a situation right now with where you're probably looking at the running back position. But again, can I sit here and tell you that Ryan Poles isn't going to create cap space? No, we just watched him do it. We've just watched him do it. Trying to see right now, total cap allocation, 350 total cap space. Right now, it says, and I don't know if this is updated, but it says the Bears right now are sitting 28th with $7.4 million in cap space. Again, there's an ability to move money on this team. We'll see. We'll see what the Bears end up doing. But hey, I do got to go do Locked On Bulls. I was getting ready to do Locked On Bulls when this news broke, but I had to come to y'all with this news. I'm going to run over there and jump on Locked On Bulls with Hayes. Just wanted to get this breaking news out. Y'all let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Do you like this signing? I think this is a steal of a deal for the Chicago Bears. I think this is going to be a great move for the Bears in the long run. And to me, I think the conversation right now is, what are the Bears going to do with this cap space? If anything, remember, we took all of that cap space we opened up for DJ Moore into the season all the way through. We didn't add anybody. So what are the Bears going to do with that cap space? There's a conversation on that as well. Hey, man, as always, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, one love. Much more in-depth video on the possibilities of what the Bears could do with this cap space coming up later today. Stay tuned in with us, man. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, one love. Peace.